it's Joe and today I'm going to be watching The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 1, Lost/Found. I'm so excited to be starting this show. It unfortunately started right when I was finishing preparing for and then going on my break in June, but I'm really excited now in July to be getting to this show. All I really know about it is I'm pretty sure it's set like before the events that I'm familiar with. It's set like 100 years before. I've mentioned this before, I'm a relatively new Star Wars fan. I have like watched the movies, I've loved every single show that I've watched, but I haven't read any of the extra books and things, and part of what stops me is confusion over like what's canon and what's not canon, and should you read the not canon, and like there's just so many Star Wars books out there that I wouldn't know where to start. Like I love reading, I love Star Wars, but where would I begin? So I don't have many expectations going into this. I'm just really excited. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go.
Where's your Jedi? Attack me with all your strength.
I'm good, thanks.
No quarrel with you.
Attack me, Jedi.
Why does she need her to attack first?
Yes, you do.
So she definitely has some vendetta with the Jedi. She will fight her to try and stop her. Which pre-war would have been the Jedi way, I presume. I want to know the backstory here. I like fights are epic and everything, but I want to know what her vendetta is. Why she hates the Jedi, who she is, where she came from.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to kill you.
I need this. What is this history? Finally drawn the lightsaber. I feel like she could have probably stopped both, but she also knew what was coming when she did it. She recognized her, or at least recognized the symbol on her head. Oh. Okay, I want the backstory. I'm impatient. Give it to me now. Was that a dream? Is that a dream, or does she have a twin? A clone. Flashbacks, give me the backstory.
Jedi?
That only droids may perform outer ship repair.
Sublevel, bunk 23.
Thank you for your cooperation.
My brain. I recognize him. I'm like, do I recognize him? I know I recognize Mandela Stenberg, obviously. I don't know why this would help me with who he is. Does that tell me? No, I'm not gonna look him up right now because it will tell me if he's a main part or not. Oh, it's just, you know when you know someone's face so well and I cannot place it. So she trained to be a Jedi for a while.
Finally passed your trials. I just wanted to pay your old friend a visit.
Attachments to those we have lost are the most difficult to let go.
And I still think the Jedi need to rethink their whole attachment mess.
Last night a Jedi.
Why would I kill Indara?
If I recall correctly, Master Indara advised the Jedi Council to discontinue your training.
Okay.
Leaving the Jedi was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was...
That's her! She killed the Jedi and ruined my bar!
No, she didn't.
It doesn't matter what I think.
Her hair's different, for one. Shorter. So the sister they mentioned survived and blames the Jedi for what happened. How would she have got from here to there with no one noticing? I suppose if she spent her day off in her bunk, not bothering anybody, nobody could prove that she didn't sneak out somehow. And I knew he was in this as well.
Underestimated your attachment to her.
Attachments are inevitable. Helping train people to have a healthy way of dealing with attachments.
Discretion is important. Our justice swift, an example made. Despite your feelings for this girl, do I have your support in this endeavor?
Surely the truth should be what you focus on most of all.
Of course, Master Vanestra.
An escape? An escape to where? We're traveling through hyperspace.
The ship's piloted.
Oh god. All the escape is happening. Use the force. How long has it been since she's let her? She's not supposed to use it once she leaves, or did she struggle with accessing it because of all of her emotions? A good person. I mean, he was a violent criminal. I didn't think he was gonna be good by doing that. Can you pilot the ship? It's going great. The landing could have gone worse.
Sorry to disturb you, Master. Vanestra Rowe requests your presence at the detainment level.
I recognize her as well. I recognize her voice and can see her face under there.
It doesn't clear for Indara's murder.
It shows you that she's a kind person. Things have looked better for you, yes. You're alive. Is someone actually there?
Hey!
Or is she having weird visions?
May?
Hello, sister.
Okay. Let's get into this.
Always one, but born as two.
Ooh.
I thought you were dead. Did you kill Indara? Yes.
They're communicating through the
Who killed
force.
them all?
Is that like a force stream? Or just her subconscious because her worst fear? In a sense, like finding out her sister's alive. Fantastic. Finding out her sister's alive all this time and was left abandoned and is now evil. Not so good.
I took her as my Padawan.
She had a sister.
Yes. She had a twin.
I didn't know Osha was a twin.
Just thinking back, did I mess up? Did I do something wrong? Or did he always know she was alive, but because she started the fire, she was bad? I just want all the answers. Where's she going?
Survive this.
Like, she doesn't even know where she is, if this planet's habitable. Where are you running to? Not the best route to have taken.
Please, Saul! Believe me! I didn't...
At least you can stand near a ledge if there's a Jedi around.
Stand down.
I think I was really excited. It was my first time getting to use the cups.
An acolyte kills the dream.
Okay. Okay, so that was a really promising first episode. Definitely had the first episode feeling, figuring out who these characters are, how they know each other, making sure there was lots of exposition so that we knew that was my Padawan and this is this and this is that. We got a little bit of a glimpse of the backstory of our main character, Osha, and May. I just sort of assumed it was two different people from the beginning. Her hair was at different lengths, and just everything about the way she carried herself was beyond different when she woke up in bed. And at one point, I would have been like, was she just dreaming? But then obviously when the Jedi turned up and they were like, hey, this is the thing that happened. So what I want to know more than anything now is what happened on that night 8 years ago, 16 years ago. She was 8. What happened? What occurred on that night? I don't believe the twin sister was just a bad, evil kid or something like, but what happened with the fire? What happened in general? How did the Jedi miss that May was alive? Were there dark forces there the whole time? I need the answers. I'm willing to wait for them, and I'm also not willing to wait for them because I'm impatient. But I have other reactions to do, stress. It's really interesting to just see. This is kind of my first, I think, real glimpse at the Jedi, at the galaxy of Star Wars, at an era that isn't the era we are mostly familiar with. It's obviously a very sad era because Grogu has not been born, so there is no, the light hasn't yet reached the galaxy that will come in the future. But no, it is just interesting to see this Jedi and to think that this will all end because of your own. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get into the whole debate of why the Jedi ended, but I do believe a huge part of it is their rigid opinion on attachments and how they treat attachments. When every single Jedi we've ever met has had an attachment, instead of training their people to understand that having attachments to people can lead to some unhealthy actions and how to avoid those things, how to avoid having unhealthy attachments, unhealthy reactions to things happening with your attachments. Anyway, but that's not the point. But they did mention attachments in this episode, so that's why I mentioned it now. To find out that your twin sister is alive, but murdered a Jedi. What, where, how, what, when, where, why do you even begin to process that? Like, my first thought would be, where has she been all this time? Now, obviously, we need more information. They had that little thing about, like, we are one, but we were born as two, or whatever, like, that kind of, which implies they were close, but maybe that closeness was beginning to falter. Maybe their sister was troubled. But we need to see kind of more of the backstory and everything. But at this point, it seems like something happened on the night the Jedi found one sister, the dark side found the other, and I can't imagine May's life has been all that fun. So I would want to know what she'd been through, what drove her to want to kill the Jedi. And it was particularly interesting, a line that stuck out to me was, I think she was saying to the Jedi Master, like, attack me. And she said, oh, we don't attack unprovoked, or we don't attack people, or whatever. And she was like, I know that's not true. So is it May's version of what happened on the night with the fire that the Jedi were responsible? Or is that just purely propaganda that's been spewed to her by whoever this evil man with his red lightsaber is? Not a huge amount to analyze yet because I do feel like this was quite a short episode. It was kind of just introducing us to the characters, to the world, to the vague, who the good guys and bad guys are, or at least like who the kind of the two different sides we're dealing with here, and I'm very intrigued to learn more about it. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.